There you go. Here we are. It's another live stream coming to you directly from Atascadero, California, where the Atascadero means mud hole or mud bog in Spanish, something like that. Anyway, I haven't yet to see it, but anyway, it's a beautiful little town. We love it here. Anyway, Gail is with us working the message board, and Wes is working, producing this thing.
Hey guys, how's it going?
In and out. Okay, good. So we have a great show for you. What do we have coming up here, Wes?
So it looks like we got, you're going to talk about the guitar that you just showed. I can't really look at this rundown and have my camera up at the same time, so it's
okay.
So yeah, I got let's see, Chops Builders, Jazz Lick, PDF. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking. What are those? What are the things? I mean, I know what's coming up, but you're gonna need to be the one that like talks about them. Like,
Okay.
you got a page from a book. What is the page from a book? What is, come on.
All right, all right. So we're going to do a guitar feature on this guitar, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Jazz lick, by the way. So there's PDFs. We have a PDF for the jazz licks, and a PDF for the pages from a book, which is a book from a friend of mine who is unfortunately is gone, and but it's an interesting book from Andre Bush's Modern Guitar Styles. So we're going to do that. We got a chop builder thing we're going to talk about. And Wes, you got any guitar news today?
I have one little thing I can talk about, yeah.
Cool, cool. And well, that should that should take care of it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so you want to talk about their weekly reminder?
Yeah, so we're here every Thursday. Yeah. We're here every Thursday. Sorry, it's a little tough back here. I got a lot of buttons back here that I'm working. Yeah, we're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you guys don't already subscribe to our channel, you can go ahead and hit subscribe. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button right there below. And yeah, we're here every Thursday. If you comment and you ask questions, that's going to help us move the show along. So please interact with us and ask anything that you want, and it'll make the show more fun.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Wes. I wanted to talk about that first song. That's Straight Note Chaser, Thelonious Monk. I've been playing that song for a long time, and I have a lesson on it. I haven't been playing it with these kind of things, though. And those kind of things. I used to do it. We used to do it as a break song when I used to play in clubs, and we used to do it in. Up. We don't do that anymore. It was our break song. Woohoo! So, yeah, that's a wonderful little tune. Just a little blues head. Everybody knows it. If you can learn it and get it down in your repertoire, I think you'll end up using that song a lot. Okay, who do we have visiting with us today?
You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Sound off like you got a pair. Sir, yes, sir. Here you are all equally worthless.
All right, so who do we got here? We have, God damn it. I can't see who that first guy is for some reason. Daryl Miller, how's it going? Tom is in Connecticut. How's it going, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
Jim Rolfe's in here. Hey, Tony Cook in Port Hueneme. How's it going, Tony? Justin Hers. Hey, Justin. How's it going, man? Gordon's in the UK. Mike Brandenburger's here in Dallas. Gordon. Now it just decided to refresh. Okay, cool. Rodney T. What's up, Rodney? Good to see you, buddy. Kirby. Don Boudreau. Butch is in the house. How's it going, Butch? Good to see you. Lachlan and Don. Hey, guys. And Andrew in New Jersey.
All right. Hey, thank you, you guys, for joining us. I really appreciate it. So, yeah. So, the library, okay, we've been working on the library, or I should say Wes has been working on the library. The library's looking better and better all the time. But here's what we're working on, a phone app now for the library. And if we can ever get the business end of everything, and you wouldn't believe the hoops you got to jump through for some of this stuff. Okay, but we hope to have a phone app for that. So won't that be cool? So you can, even when you're out on a gig and the guy says, let's play fools rush in, and you can say, "Oh, I don't know that. Hold on." Dial it up, and there you have the music. Just kidding. Anyway, so that library is going to be really, really nice. Don Spain, what's happening, Don Spain? Okay, so next we want to talk about guitars in and out, Wes. Yeah. Okay. So we don't have anything out. It's all in. Check this guy out right here. That's the 575 transparent brown. Isn't that beautiful? To contrast with the one with the P90s, the black. And yeah, look at that. Isn't that? It's a gorgeous guitar. And I like what they did with the F-holes. Inside the F-holes, they got them painted red. Crazy. Isn't that a beautiful piece of wood? So that's a maple, solid maple top. That thing is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Nice grain. Nice arch. It's very, very acoustic. Wow. I feel like running a roller coaster here. Nice. Not a beautiful, I mean, it's brand spanking new, just waiting for you. Waiting for you. Now, these guitars, the manufactured advertised price is $44.99. We can't advertise it for less than that. But we do offer perks for people who buy from us. They get the Guitar College perks. And if you're interested, then come on over and see it. Yeah, there's the natural one. The little sister. These guys are workhorses. They really are. So what else is coming in is a friend who became a student. He's going through some health issues. He's liquidating some of his guitars. One of them is an X50 Guild. The other one is a 575, which I sold him. That is a single pickup with cloud inlays. It's a beautiful guitar, and we'll be showing that next week. That's a wonderful guitar. Okay, so, but I want to talk about, let's do our guitar feature today.
Entire first part.
Okay, yeah, there's our guitar feature. All right, this is a 1952 ES-175. Now, I bought this as a husk, as if you will. In other words, they stripped everything off of it and then they piece it out. I guess they think they can get more money for that. So what I did is, obviously, we had to get new tuners, and these particular tuners, if you can see it, they're kind of retro looking, so they're not all bright and everything, but they feel great. New tuners.
Well, before you get into that, how about what was the body like when you bought it? Like, here's the photos of it. Was it in good condition? How much work did you have to do to it? Would you?
Well, number one, it was smoky as hell. You see how everything is so yellow. Yeah, I polished and polished and polished that guitar like crazy. And this is the outcome. I almost wish I hadn't polished it so much because the it almost looks like it's reshot now, with lacquer. But yeah, you wouldn't believe the smoke that came off of this thing. So, when you use it in a club, it doesn't smell like smoke or anything, but you use it in a club and you can tell where this guitar has been, the yellowing of the binding, all that good stuff. But when your rag looks like totally yellow when you get done polishing it. So yeah, I worked a long time on polishing this puppy up. It's really doesn't have, it's in beautiful shape. It doesn't have a whole lot of dents. Don't see really any. It's got a couple of little things. It does have a tiny little crack on the headpiece, but you really, it's very hard to see. You can feel it right here. So I think it took a nice hit, but not enough to really do much of anything. You can feel a tiny bit of a little crack there. It's stable. Nothing's going to happen to it. And I don't know if you can see this up there, that particular piece, that, Anyway. All the binding is in beautiful shape. And dig this. I had it refretted with my special frets, medium high. They're a beautiful fret, fast, easy. Nate, who did the work on it, he said I sanded down the fretboard, got rid of some divots and stuff that were in it, put on new frets, so it's got brand new frets. Now the pick guard, the brand new pick guard, it does have kind of a shiny pick guard bracket. But we have a new pick guard, and I have a brand new P90 made by Clausen. And, I was looking around for a P90, and I thought, I'm going to try something different. I kind of like, everybody is the go-to is the lawyer. What is it, Wes? Lawyer. Pickup?
Lawler.
Yeah, Lawler. Pickup. But I went with this Clausen. It's pretty quiet, and I think it's a sweet sounding guitar. It's got beautiful tones. Now this particular tailpiece is a it looks old. It's a relic tailpiece that I got some time ago, and so I put that on. Of course, these knobs, I decided to go with these darker knobs, but you can put whatever knobs you want on there. I have other knobs if that's an issue. And then I put a Tune-o-matic on it, and I'm beginning to think I'm going to take the Tune-o-matic off and go with the wooden bridge. It just makes it a little mellower. Now, your typical... Here's the other thing that kind of bugged me is inside the guitar is a sticker that has been torn off, and they've left remnants of it. I'm thinking, why would somebody do that? Tear off the frickin' sticker. There's only one answer. They didn't want anything to be found out about this guitar. The owner said it was a 52, so it feels like a 50s guitar, but actually it feels closer to a 60s. Reason is the neck is usually a 50s, and I should have brought in that 49 175 that I have, but usually the neck is a little fatter and maybe more of a V shape. This is a nice C-shaped neck. So, yeah, that's not an issue. Can you turn this up just a hair, West? Thank you. It plays freaking great. And like I said, it looks like it's been reshot, but it's just been polished the heck out of it. And so I don't, the finish, I don't know if somebody could tell by the finish as to what year it might be. It seems like it's got a little more red in it than I remember guitars having. So they said it was a 52. The neck feels more like later on in the 50s. But it's a wonderful, wonderful guitar. It's one of these ones that you kind of hate to get rid of because I've got a lot of time invested and money in it, really. But you put it on the website, didn't you, Wes?
Yeah.
What'd you put it on it for? I forgot.
4,200.
Okay. That's a pretty damn good price, I think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go back. I go back and forth about the bridge, the tunematics. There was a time when I used to always take off the wooden bridge and put on a tunematic. And then I got to the point where I think I like the wooden. I took off the tunematics and put on the wood. So anyway, the guitar feels great. And it's a beautiful looking guitar. It's got, around the heel, it's got some scratching stuff, but it's really nothing to complain about. So let's hear it. I'm going to play a little tune. Let's see if I can find this song. We're going to use the song Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. It's just one of those cool little... Here it comes.
Just turn it all the way up, like just every.
Yeah, I forgot to do that when I started today. There it is. So
all right.
Yeah, there it is, man. I feel like Joe Pass when you picked this guitar up. So it's all new pots, alpha pots. I put an orange cap, one of those fat orange capacitors on it. Got the bridge fitted on there very nicely. So this baby's ready to go. Now it doesn't have a hard shell case. It comes with a chipboard case from the 60s. Or remember those old chipboard cases? So yeah, there's that. But anyway. So
Butch said in 1955, ES-175s went from 19 frets to 20 frets. I think your guitar has 19.
Oh, really? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You're right. I didn't realize that. So you could hit a high C up here, huh? Good to know, Butch. Thank you.
And then Lachlan asked, is Nate your go-to guy for a refret?
Yeah, he's done several. He did an L5 for me, my old L5. Oh, because he's done 3 or 4 guitars for me. So, yeah, I think he does wonderful work, and I like the fret. Ironically, when you buy a lot of guitars like I do, and then every once in a while you get one that's been refretted and you think, wow, this is a nice fret. So I like this fret, and so I, tell Nate, and he measures the fret and all that stuff, and then so finally we settled on the fret that I like, my fret, and so anyway, there it is.
Daryl Miller said, "Hey Rich, Daryl Miller from New Jersey just got a new Heritage 575 custom core. Actually taking it out of the box as I'm texting you this message."
Oh,
nice, Daryl.
good for
but
you.
Then he said, "Can you tell Rich he never responded to me about the Gibson 775?"
Oh yeah, I did.
That's why I purchased my 575 from Sweetwater.
Did you message me on Facebook or no on YouTube? Because somebody asked me on YouTube about it, and I gave him a link and all that. But I'm terrible with messaging on email and stuff. Just call me on the telephone. Remember that thing? The landline. But anyway, you got a wonderful guitar. Yeah, I do have I'm going to probably sell my 775. Haven't played it in so long. So I'm probably going to let that puppy go. Jeff Himes got one from me in Nashville. He loves it. William Melton got a 775. He brought it to camp. That son of a gun sounds fantastic. So those are wonderful guitars.
And then Felipe Du is asking about your strings.
Yeah, they're Theodario strings. There's the gauge. So it's a heavy top, skinny bottom. And you end up with actually 8 strings because you get in the set a 10 and a 14. But I replace the 10 with a 13 and the 14 with a 15. And I know that doesn't sound like much, going from a 14 to a 15 or even a 12 to a 13. But when you're talking about the feel of something and just the the way it responds, it makes a big difference. It's kind of like I used to say, like you go to the dentist and he puts a filling in your, and then he says, "How does that feel?" And you say, "Well, that feels, in the way," and then he puts a little carbon paper on there, and then he goes, "How's that feel now?" "Oh, that's better." So, I mean, we're talking minute, and guitars really are pretty much like that, at least for me. It's like, man, this guitar is sweet, no doubt about it. I had a 62. I played it for a long, long time. And actually never liked the PAF pickups. I know that sounds stupid. Everybody wants to pay big money for those pickups. But I never liked them. Oh, okay. Well, Wes, we got any questions or comments in there?
No, I just read the last comment.
Okay. Carl Clayton, there's a name I haven't seen before.
Sal Gui also joined us. How's it going, Sal?
Hey, Sal. Okay, well, to tell you what, why don't we jump over to the guitars for sale on the website just for a second?
Okay.
And this is still got the 350. I had that a long time. Some of these guitars I've had a while here. I guess it's time to liquidate. We got the guitar show coming up in September, and that Eagle Custom is gone, Wes. That 98.
Okay.
That's gone. So if there's anything on here you like, just call me and we'll work it out for you. We got those D'Angelicos. Some are in stock, some I got to order. But those are sweet. I still have a Soho. That's a wonderful guitar for traveling. And there you have it. We'll have to get these other ones, get some more on here.
Or get less on here.
Or get less, yeah. Okay. Well, tell you what, why don't we move on over to our Chop Builders segment.
Stop licking the sheets. Stop.
Chops Builders, single note technique lessons.
Yeah, okay. So, with one of the things, we always want to work on our single note picking. And one of the things that I think is really important is to be able to sweep pick. Now, one of the easiest ones to do would be like an E minor 7. And I'm starting on the 7th. So, in other words, I got E, G, B, D, but I'm starting here. And notice I'm hammering on and pulling down, and then I can do an upstroke, pull off, and then do it. That's how you want to practice it. Now, when you take a look at that particular shape, we're starting with the 7, right? The flat 7. Now, if we apply that to a major 7 chord, we might get something like this. So here is the F sharp for G major 7. So hammer. And now I'm dragging my pick back. You see that? Now I don't use my little finger as much as I used to. All right. Now G major 7 and E minor are kind of connected, aren't they? Now, I kind of moved ahead here. I probably should have done this one next. Let's take this and move it down an octave. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to go. Whoop. It's real nice when you can connect them together. Now, on this G major 7th lick, let's do this. There it is down there. You notice, so we're playing 2 notes on the first string, 2 on the second. Now, when I do an octave, so I'm trying to get them all together so it just sounds nice and consistent. I'm going down to E minor again. All right, sorry. Now, on this major 7, I could go. So what did I just do there? I went up, and then I went down to E minor. Now, B minor 7 is the same as G major 7, right? It's a diatonic substitution, just like E minors. So all of these are going to work for G major 7th or E minor. So B minor would be like this. Now I'm going to start here on the 7th of B minor. So I went up B minor, E minor, B minor, E minor. Now why don't we throw a G major 7 in there first, next, or to start it. Here's a G major 7. Here's a B minor. So you notice all that sounds real good. Where am I at? Linking all of those together is a real good thing to do. You'll find that you'll really, they all work together for G major 7. Okay. So work on that getting that sweep picking and hammers and pull-offs. That concludes our Chop Builder segment.
Chops Builders, single note technique lessons.
I was just noticing James said, "Hi guys, James McNamara, popping in to say hello. Just got back from a trip to Solvang." Wow, thanks. Next time you come to Solvang, give me a call, man. You know what? I played there a couple weeks ago. Who knows? I might have been there when you were playing. Chop Builder say reminds me of the time my brother had the splitting maul fly out of a piece of wood and hit him right in the nose. Got a nice gash in his nose that required a bunch of stitches. Yeah. We used to be on 15 acres. We had a wood burning stove, and that's how we heated our house most of the time. Wes, do you miss chopping wood?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of fun every now and again.
It's kind of fun to, like when you got a tree, that's dead and fall the tree and stuff, but it's always a little bit of danger going on there. Yeah, that property kept you young, kept you in shape to a degree anyways. So, so I can relate to that Chop Builder thing. Yeah. What, Gail, Daryl Miller, reach out to Rich about the 775. Don't know if I can afford what Rich might be asking for it, but you never know. Yeah, give me a call. I better think about that. You go on Reverb. I don't think there's any on there. Is there any? Would you have time to do that? Go on Reverb for a second, Wes?
Yeah.
See if there's any 570 or 775s in there. What is my point of view about P90s? $110 results? How can there be 110 of those? Oh, it's pick guards. Yeah, 110 pick guards. Okay, so, wow, 78, 6 grand, 65, 69. There's more on there than I've seen before. Okay, good to know. I'll have to look up what we have into it. Let's see.
What's your opinion on P90s? What is your point of view about the P90 from Richard?
Oh, Well, the P90s, you know, it's I think they're pretty clear. They're not as dark as a humbucker. They're very clear, they're bright. They kind of cut through a band. Just this last workshop, I was playing the first night I played my L5, and I wasn't happy with the sound of the band, and it just didn't sound good because a lot of the nuances of the guitar get swallowed up in the band. And so the next night I played this black one up here, and boy, a lot of people came up and said, man, that guitar sounds great, and that's got the P90. So, you know, a lot of times guitars sound different in your hand. Well, not a lot of times, most of the time. And so I like P90s. I don't know. I go back and forth. I play them, and then I go back to a humbucker. I think for the West thing, although that sounds pretty damn good. The humbucker might be a better choice, but the P90 again, it cuts through. It's nice and clear. So I like them. I like them. Okay.
And then Felipe is asking to play Summer Samba. Request.
Wow, we played it a bunch of times last week, but whoops, we could play it again, I suppose. Let's see. That would be Summer Samba. Do you want that to go or to listen here? Summer Samba. Here it is. Well, now that I practiced it last week, I should have a good... Get ready, Wes. Okay, there was Summer Samba for Felipe.
Felipe said that he's got cancer,
Oh,
and
no.
that is bringing him some joy today. So,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You can beat it. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it.
and then Dawn, asking price on the rebuild is on the rebuilt 175. It's 4,200. Chris Landry says, "Whoa, wasn't able to tune in for a while. Looks like now the only thing missing is putting Mr. Rich in a nice suit." Wow, good job. Yeah, he should wear a suit.
I changed my shirt. Usually I always wear black. And the reason, I don't know, we started doing that a couple decades ago, wearing black for the cameras, just because back then, for some reason, anything with white, we could never get the white balance to work right. So we went, that seemed to help. But now our cameras are upgraded and they're wonderful. So I noticed that Locke said, "Why are you selling this?" I like the way you think, Locke. I don't know. When I grab a guitar to go out and play, it's usually I grab that L5 or I grab the sometimes a 775. I don't know. Okay, what's up next, Wes? Got anything coming up? Guitar news.
Oh. So the Fretboard Summit in Chicago starts today. If you guys are in the Chicago area or Midwest, there is a big long weekend of live music, guitar makers, and all kinds of stuff. It's a huge festival. There's hundreds of luthiers that show up, hundreds of artists, big concerts, workshops. It's quite the extravaganza. So if you you're in the Chicago area, you can get tickets and go to various events. It's pretty cool. There's going to be a bunch of guitars. It's definitely not jazz. It is all guitars. So you get your pick of all kinds of custom stuff there. This is video from last year from Eddie's Guitars. And you can see they just got tons of guitars. Anything you want to do involving guitar, you can do it here. It's probably like a less loud, very scaled back version of NAMM with way more like local builders and people that are building their own guitars and stuff. So if you're in Chicago, this would be a fun place for you to check out this weekend. Starts today. Started 2 hours ago and runs till Saturday. So there you go. Fretboard Summit in Chicago.
Wow. Chicago. I was born in Chicago, Lizzie. Well, I was born in Chicago, 1941. Yeah, I was born in Chicago, 1941. Remember the Paul Butterfield Blues Band doing that tune? Yeah, man, that was sweet. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Wes. And by the way, Wes works real hard on this show. So if you are enjoying the show, please send him a little tip. A tip for Wes. And he really appreciates it as well as we do too. And it'll get him a little more incentive to work even harder on the show. Sweet, huh? So give him a tip, please. Okay. What's up? Roll call number 2. Anybody new on here? Damian Michael, Wes. Does that sound
I don't know. I'm trying to do something else here for a second. Sorry.
okay? All right. Asking, okay, well, was able to tune in for what it looks like now? Oh, no, we already said that.
Yeah, I don't know what's next, man. You're gonna have to kind of guide us there.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what we built into this one is a break. We're going to take a short little break now, and we're going to play a song that actually it's on the very beginning thing that plays before we go to the live stream. But I want to take this opportunity to talk about that tune. It's called WWJD. What would Jesus drive? But or do. It's on the gift, and the tune I think is a cool little tune. But originally, when I wrote that song, I don't know why, and it's a long time ago. I wrote it, and I called it Running with Cruise. And this was before we got a dog. And then, I wrote the song, and then a little while later, I got a dog. I had a little shop next to this feed store, and they had sold this dog. And the owners came back and dumped him off in my shop. The feed store was closed. He dumped him off, and all of a sudden, this little puppy comes running in. And so I had to take him home, and I really liked the dog. He was really good because the first thing he did is he sat down on a potato bug. A potato bug came in, one of those big. He sat on the potato bug and killed it. I thought that's my kind of dog. And so anyway, the next day I said, "Hey, you guys, somebody dropped off this dog," and they said, "Oh, that's Cruz. That's Cruiser." And we sold it to these people, and they just brought him back. And so I took him home, and the song title, Running with Cruz, was before I even knew we had a dog named Cruz. I mean, is that kismet or what? Anyway, you're welcome for hearing that story. I'm sure you love that story. So you want to play that tune, Wes?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Phew. This guitar reminds me of that 62 that I had. But anyway. Phew. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that song. It's kind of a cool little tune. I used to do it in a group with Brad Rebution when I lived in Thousand Oaks, Jim Rolfe. Can you believe that? So let's get into now the lick of the week. Now, what about, do we have the link for guys to download the...
Yeah, it's in the description of this of this video. So wait, is this lick of the week?
Yeah, jazz lick or, yeah,
Okay.
whatever it's called.
Yeah. So yeah, they are in the description of this. There's two. There's page for a book and jazz lick lesson. So yeah.
I know. I'll use the "May I help you" riff.
May I help you?
Yes, my good man.
Okay, so, gee whiz, I'm just looking. Try to get that if you can, and I'll try to get it here on my thing. Jazz lick. Here it is. There we go.
I'm not seeing anything from your.
From my.
Yeah.
It's the side that goes into the switcher is kind of funky. There you go. That's what it looks like. I find this to be very useful. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about just D7 moving to G or G minor. So what we're doing is this. Let's go close up on the guitar. So here is a D7 basically. No fifth. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up a half step. And then I'm going to hit this note. Now I'm going to move this up a minor third. And so I'm going to hit. And I'm going to do the same sequence. So I've got. And now I'm going to go up another minor third. And then another minor third. And it resolves to a G6. So now it could resolve to minor. It doesn't sound as good. Diminished doesn't sound as good going to minor, I don't think, because it's got the major third built into the scale of the chord you're the one chord. So here is the lick. Now, of course, we could take that back down. Oh, excuse me. Oh, crud. Ay, ay, ay. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Sorry, guys. I don't have that particular one written out. All right, what I have is this. All right, so now that is like a little chord lick, right? To be honest, if you could play it across the strings, this isn't written out, but you could play it like this. And then, no, sorry. All right, but that's not the point. Let's take a look at measure, if we can. It's right here, measure 5. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to play this right here. We're going to go based off that D7. I could mix it up and go. Measure 7 sounds like this. Or now it says measure 1 again. There's kind of a weird thing going on there. But this sounds like actually, I don't like the way that position where it's played. Let's play it up here. No. God. The last line here, where we have 2 of them. Oh. And then a G6. So you see how this looks? Like a A flat 7, doesn't it? And then a B7. And you could take it up to D7, or you could take it up to F7. Or minor. That's what's written. Let's take a look at the next one where we're going like this. Oh yeah, we're going, this is the one where we're going across the strings. Doesn't that sound nice? Okay, so that particular idea of playing anything chordally, like here we are playing chords. Where'd it go? You can then break it up into single note lines. Like that. Measure 7 should look like this. Okay, so any sequential phrase moved up, dominant sounding phrase like that, moved up in minor thirds, has a dominant effect and works. Here's D7. Get the idea? Okay, that concludes our jazz lick of the week.
I know. I'll use the May I Help You riff.
May I help you?
Yes, my good man.
That's funny. Okay, any questions out there, Wes? Any?
Let's see. No, Joel Henderson just popped in. How's it going, Joel? Michael Murray also here. Bill DeRoca. Mark Larkins. Bill Murphy said very nice tune. Justin's
Thank
going
you.
to see Brad Rebution tomorrow.
Oh, really? You're going to go see him? Well, tell him hello for me. Where is he playing at the Baked Potato? I think he was. Do you play with him, Justin? I was just curious. Michael Murray. Hello, Michael. There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
And then Rodney just asked, which amps would you recommend for solo jazz guitar in a senior center facility?
Probably a Marshall stack, wouldn't you think? I mean, something like that. No, probably, one of the the Bud Henriksons, one of the 10-inch or the 6-inch even. I think that's plenty of poop. So I think you'd do fine with either one of those. Those are great amps. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet and just buy a good amp like that. The Quilters are nice. The Mach series is a nice series. Actually, have a friend who has a 12-inch Mach 2 that he wants to sell. So something like that.
Yeah, Rodney, you want a Henriksen, because
Yeah.
then you could plug a mic into it and you can tell the crowd what songs you're playing and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Good point.
Just end it and get a Henriksen. Yeah. Justin has a lesson with Brad tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, you tell him hello for me. Okay, so you're hitting altered notes along the way in your diminished lick. Very nice. Yes. Well, it's all, the diminished scales. Flat 9, sharp 9, third, flat 5, 5, 13, flat 7, root. So that's how it all boils down.
Awesome. Bernard Glorian says, always great pleasure, Rich. Friendly hi from France. How's it going, Bernard?
France.
Brian F. Says, hi, Rich and Wes. New to your channel from the UK. Excellent jazz guitar reviews. Thanks, Brian. Good to see you, man. Hope you
Yeah, thank
subscribe to our channel so you can pop in every week. We're here every Thursday. Let's see. And then Michael was asking, you have many guitars. Do you loosen the strings when you, I guess, store them?
No.
When they're in their cases?
No. Temperature, you just want to beware of temperature. I don't know if that's a good idea to store them like that or not. Maybe it is. It's a good question. I probably maybe ask some luthiers, but I never have. Of course, you know, you got to get them out and play with them. Otherwise, they'll fall apart on you.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Also, Rodney, Lachlan brings up a good point there. The Henriksen's got the Bluetooth on there too, so you could play tracks from your phone on it and stuff, which would make it pretty convenient if you needed to add some tracks to your. So, I'd say Henriksen is going to be your best bet. Lachlan says loosen strings when you fly your guitars.
Well, especially when you ship them. I don't loosen them when I fly. Maybe I should. I've never had a problem with that, but it only takes once, you know. So.
Or what about like when you're in Vegas and your guitar is in the trunk of your car and it's 115 degrees
Well, you don't
out.
put it in there. Yeah.
Well, what if you have no choice?
Yeah.
Well, you're like
cooking it.
I mean,
cover
so
it.
you have
You
to go to a gig and you're like, say you live a couple. I don't know. It's hot as hell here too. 100. You know, you go to somewhere and maybe you have to run an errand and run into Costco before you go to your gig, or I don't know, whatever. The guitar's gonna heat up to 120 degrees in less than, you know, you've seen those videos where they put the thermometer in the car. Wouldn't that, because doesn't that make the strings, that loosens the strings?
Loosens the strings, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I guess it's not going to hurt the guitar to loosen the strings any, you know. So, yeah, if you have to leave a guitar in the trunk, make sure you cover it with a blanket or something like that, you know, something to kind of shield it from the heat.
Well, yeah, you're not going to lay your guitar in like in a case. What about in a case? You know.
Yeah, I mean in the case, cover the case.
Gotcha. Lachlan says, loosen strings when you fly them. Snapped a headstock once.
Wow.
That's a fun arrival.
Yeah. Wow. So was it in the? Did you carry it onto the? You know, was it in the overhead, or did you check it? That's what I'm wondering. If you know, I never check the guitars and carry them on with you.
Yeah. And then Gordon says, loosen the strings when storing, and you will encounter a back bow on the neck due to the truss rod pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
And then Todd, hey, what's up, Todd? How's it going, man?
Maybe it's best to loosen the truss rod as well. I don't know.
Wow. You have to do like a whole complete like setup on your guitar when you land.
Well, it depends on how long you're going to store it. Are you going to store it for 20 years? You know, it's like I bought a guitar from a guy. I bought 5 of them from a guy who had them stored in his garage. It's a room in his garage. They all just self-destructed, but we were able to bring them back to life. But I would never store a guitar that long without taking it out every once in a while and playing it. And you gotta They're like little dogs. You got to play with them every once in a while, you know.
Todd Richmond's here from down in Longpoke. What's up, man? Guitars in the gig bag with backpack straps. Never leave it in the car. Also, don't loosen over time, but all of mine stay out on stands.
Well, you're in a good area because you have high humidity there in Lompoc, I would assume. So if you're in a dry area, then if you like in Vegas or something, or even running the air conditioning, it dries you out. Or Idaho, I couldn't believe how dry it is there. You get chapped lips and stuff. When you leave them out on the stand, don't let them dry out. So they have to be humidified. So just saying. Okay, where are we at? Anything else? I should say I don't loosen. Okay. All right, how about let's move on to pages in a book.
You cannot learn from books. Replace these pages with life lessons.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Andre Bush, a wonderful guy, a really nice guy. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. Died way too young. He had written this book, and he was from Fresno, and then moved to the Bay Area, and then moved back to Fresno, and so he was. Matter of fact, I was looking up, or Gil was the top guitar players in the Bay Area, and Andre came up on the list, even though he's not there anymore. But anyway, he's got this wonderful book, and it's a Mel Bay book. And we played together a few times. Well, several times. Actually, there's a video of me and Mike Dana and him with it. Oh, yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen this.
What is this?
Josie. So Andre plays a solo somewhere. I think it. Yeah. Yeah, Andre was a really fine player, man, real fine. You know, he could bebop. He could do anything. He could read. He was good, really good. Anyway, so he's in his book. He's got, and I in this I think you can download it.
Yeah, this is in the description as well. So there's a link. You'll see it, page in a book, and it should look like this when you click on the link.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And one of the things. Whoops! God, mine just went away. God darn it. No, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Anyway, one of the things he's talking about is some interesting practice ideas, and I really think this is important, and that is really simply playing one string at a time. So if you were taking a solo, so in his example here, in the very first one, example 31, he's talking about playing over a D minor 7, like maybe something like Impressions or something like that, where you're just playing on one string, in this case the B string. So what he has written here is so if I had a tune, I would play something like that just on one string. Let me see if I could demo that with that particular song. And so if you force yourself to do that, what happens is you really get to know the neck, number one. And then you start to realize, well, maybe I don't need all these. Maybe I don't need all these strings. Maybe I can just get away with one. Here's Impressions. Let's see, where'd it go? Here it is. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now I'm in D flat. Get the idea? So, it's you're playing just on one string, and all you're doing is concentrating on the notes on that one string. And I tell you, it's a real eye-opener. It's really, really good for you. In his next example, he's talking about playing over C major 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7, and it's kind of like a turnaround. So what he has here is Now we're playing. I think this is all on the. Is this on the second string as well? Yeah. Or is it on? Oh no, it's on the third string. So 1 and 2. Now it's very hard to hear that because of you got to have the chords behind you. D flat. All right, so let's say I took a tune that is a little easier, maybe like something like Blue Bossa. So Blue Bossa is like C minor, right? F minor. And then E flat to D flat, E flat minor, 2-5-1, and that. And let's just use the G string. That sounds funny. You just use your G string. So. I'll tell you what, you do that a few times, you take each string and start doing that, it's going to change the way that you play. You're going to play more rhythmic, let's say, with more rhythmic ideas. You're going to limit your notes, therefore the rhythm kind of takes over, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's something that I've never seen in any other book, or besides Andre's, and that concept, some interesting, and he's got a few more ideas too in that book. It's a wonderful book. If you get a chance to pick it up, you should. Let me show it to you, or did I already show it, Wes? Did I show it?
You can show it again.
Okay. All right. So here's the book, and you know, Andre. We did an interview with Andre way back in the day. Do you remember that, Wes?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we had our guitar DVD series. Whatever. Anyway, so there you have it. All right, that concludes some practicing ideas from modern jazz guitar styles by Andre Bush, and this is Pages from a Book.
You cannot learn from books. Replace these pages with life lessons.
That's funny. Okay. Well, Any other comments or anything, Wes? We're kind of getting down towards the end.
Yeah, no one yet. Secret Sauce 8 said 1952 Gibson 175, very nice. Just got into the stream, and I hope I didn't miss much. Love to hear it. Well, you're going to hear it a lot if you keep watching, buddy.
You can always hit the replay.
That's about it. Todd says that over the past few years, the low humidity in his room is 29%, high 61.
Yeah.
And 63 degrees to 87 degrees.
Well, that's perfect guitar temperature.
Guitar-friendly weather.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one thing I had on my list here was to play a couple tunes. We'll have to get into them maybe next week. What I'd like to do is talk about our Accelerator program real quick. You know, I've got a few guys where I see them once or twice a week, and they make great progress. And it's called the Accelerator. It's all patterned to where you're at and try to make you grow and introduce you to a lot of new ideas and get you thinking about a lot of things and improve your guitar playing. And a lot of people don't even know what to practice. But, you know, one of the things that I did with one of my students, Tony, and I wanted to show you real quick. And some of you guys who, like Tom, who's had the Accelerator course, where we, in Lock, where we have our stack force. And how we can harmonize songs with it. But not only that, how we can find some new chords. One of the things that we did is when we talk about secondary dominance within a key, if we're in the key of F, the secondary dominance would be the 5 of the 2 chord, so a D chord, the 5 of the 3 chord, which would be an E chord going to A minor, the 5 of the 4 chord, which would be F7 going to B flat, the 5 of the 5, which is G going to C, and A7, 5 of 6. So every key has 5 secondary dominants in it. Now, one thing that when we start looking at these stack fours, we have to say to ourselves, if I want to play a dominant chord, which is the 5, a secondary dominant of one of the chords that I just mentioned, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I have to alter or input a strategic note to turn it into a dominant chord. So let's say I'm in the key of F and an E7 presents itself. E7 moving to A minor. All right, so here is our first stack fourth. Now, if I want an E7, the strategic note for that chord would be the 3rd, which is G sharp. Wow, son of a gun. I take the G natural, raise it to G sharp, and I get this. Now, what is that? Well, that's now an E7, there's a flat 9 and a sharp 5. E7, flat 9, sharp 5, because I have the tritone right here. D to G sharp. Here's F, here's E, and it resolves to A minor. Here's the next chord within my stack force. Again, I take that A now, lower it down a half step. Now I have an E7 sharp 9. And that resolves to A minor. This was another one. Stack fourth right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this A and lower it down a half step. And that, so you see how I just built that chord from this guy? Here's a stack fourth here. Now I've got a G, raise it to a G sharp. And now I have an E7 flat 9, sharp 5, flat 5. And its resolution. Isn't that pretty? Here's my other stack fourth. Take that A, lower it down to a G sharp. I gotta have that third of E. Now I have an E7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Here's this chord. That's part of the stack fours. Take this A, lower it to G sharp. And then A minor. Here's this chord. I need to find a G sharp. Well, it's hard to find one around here, but I'm going to take this B flat, lower it down there. There's an E7 of some type. So now, you see how that worked? All right, that's just one of the things that I like to do with the Accelerator guys, just to get them start thinking in terms of building chords, taking a shape and moving it around to create a new chord shape. And by the way, if you have a new chord shape, you also have a new lick somewhere, single note lick in there too. So if you're interested in the Accelerator program, book a discovery call. Do you have a link for that there, Wes, I guess?
Yeah, just go to jazzguitaraccelerator.com.
Okay, and book a discovery call, and we'll see if this is right for you. Okay, well, what do you think, Wes? Shall we wind it down?
Sure.
All right, guys. I appreciate you showing up. I really do. And if you have any questions about any of these guitars or anything, you just give me a call or email me, Rich at Guitar College.
Felipe did ask, what do you think of Hal Leonard?
Well, he's Hal Leonard's a music publisher. So, I mean, you know, he's a music publisher. He's got a lot of great titles. So he's done a lot for the jazz or the guitar community. Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you put it on your calendar, and we'll see you